Hi again, everyone. This is Patrick from Eramosa Engineering, and I want to take you through in this video. I want to show you the data query page. This is a page where you can quickly look at your data using a variety of sampling modes, and it's a great way if you don't want to create a whole report. You can quickly take a look at your data, see if there's any problem areas, or you just want to maybe examine a certain date range. So the way to get there is you just click on the data query page from the navigation bar, and when you go there, you're instantly taken to the Add Tags to Query portlet. And at the top, you select the data provider that you want. So in this case, I'll choose the prophecy tag provider. And below here, you can actually enter in search terms. You can either go by the tag name or the tag description. So that makes it very easy. You can just punch in a plain language search term. In this case, like I often do, I'm choosing these two airflow tags. And below here you can choose the different sampling modes. And some of these sampling modes are not entirely intuitive what they do, but in the user manual that we have on performing a data query, we've provided a glossary which helps to clarify what all the sampling modes do. But some of them are fairly obvious, like average and maximum. So when I choose those and I choose a sampling interval of 1 hour, that means I'm going to get the average value for each hour and the maximum value for each hour. So when I click Add, it automatically adds those tags to my data query list. They both show the average sampling mode and the maximum sampling mode, and they all have sampling intervals of 1 hour. And so over here, I can, if I want, I can put in a label. If I don't put anything in there, e.RIS will automatically put in the tag description. But I'll just put in airflow 1 through 8 average just to show you. Let's do it for these first two. Whoops. Airflow 1 through 8 maximum. And in this next column, you can choose, you can choose the number of decimal places that you want to show in the table. So I'll just choose 2 and 4. And here you can select whether you want your data values to be plotted on the primary y-axis on the left side or a secondary axis on the right side. So I'll leave these first two on the left, and I'll put the second pair on the right. In this next column, you can choose a color that e.RIS will plot your data on or using. And here you can choose from a variety of different line types for your chart. There's line, spline, area, column. I think I'll just choose line for those first two and spline for the second two. That's the spline curve creates a nice curved graph. In the line style, you can choose different combinations of dashes and dots. And you can adjust the line width as well. So I'll just make that first one 2. Oops. And I'll make that one 3. Okay, and then the next step, we'll just leave things as they are now, and we just hit Run Ad Hoc Query. And I've already selected my date range up here, so that's September 2nd to September 3rd at midnight. And there's all of my data plotted on this chart at the top. and all of the values in this table at the bottom. So if I want to, I can even zoom in on a portion of the chart just by clicking and dragging, creating a rectangle. It'll automatically zoom in, and you can see when I hover over any of these lines, it automatically brings up the data values and shows the corresponding tag. It also shows in this box the labels that I had created for those two tags. And if you want to export those values to Excel, it's very easy. You just hit the Excel export button, click OK, and there you have it. You can also save queries. So if I go back, I just hit ad hoc, that brings me back to this query set that I just created. And if I ever want to access this combination of tags and sampling modes and sampling intervals and the colors that I've created, I just hit save. I enter in a new name, call it save demo query. You can enter a description. And here you can choose the scope to be either private or shared. So if you change it to shared, that means other users in your organization can also see your data query. And then I hit save and close. And now this save data query will appear in this drop-down menu along with other ones that I created earlier. So I can always bring that back, and I can always adjust this date range to, say I wanted to do an entire week's worth of data. I just click send, and it will retrieve all that data. It'll take a little longer because it's a longer period, but that was pretty fast. So now you see I have all this data from September 3rd to September 10th. So those are the main features of the data query page. And as always, I hope you found this helpful, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.